And now a word from our champion.
Hey, Perjury Palapa here. I just want to issue an apology to the fans and to the roster, because I've been champion since the first QAW show. And I've spent the past few weeks locked in a fight with Tommy Jr. Not fair. Tommy Jr. has no wins. He's never won. And I don't want this to come off like I'm making fun of you, Tommy. I respect you. That's why I used your move. It's one of many moves I used to beat you and Lloyd Legacy at the last pandemic. But I can't spend time on you anymore. I thought what you had, what it takes to be a competitor, to maybe step up and be a challenger for the title. So far, not yet. But keep at it, chump. I'll be waiting for you. In the meantime, Big Ticket, I had my doubts about you because I watch New Japan religiously and I've never seen you, ever. There's a guy that looked like you in the back row of one of their recent shows, but that was a trash bag. So, not sure where in Japan you're coming from, but it ain't New Japan. But I was impressed by your win, so I'll be keeping an eye out. I don't know how the commissioner is going to come up with a new challenger for me. Maybe a series of fatal four-ways. I don't know. I'm just spitballing. I don't make the matches. Whatever comes, I'll be ready. That's the truth. Perjury Palapa out.
So, Mr. Shakes finally shows his face. No, not really. It was nice of you to show up for a match. You claimed that I took everything from you. I think that you let it slip through your hands. Sooner or later, something like this was gonna happen. No great leader is without his enemies. I knew before long somebody was gonna try and seize power away from me. Try and change the way things are done in QAW. But creative control, that's your problem right there, Shakes. Control. You'll notice that I haven't tried to control anything. Why not just give myself a title shot? I could do that easily, but no. I'm letting people earn the opportunity to win that title before I decide to just... I knew that some people were gonna try and come in and get in my head and try and throw me off. Now, Shakes, I don't doubt your ability. What you did in the ring last week was impressive. But if you think for a second that you can take away what I've built, let me make something crystal clear to you, Mr. Shakes. Rebel factions rise and fall, but diamonds are forever. Glorious! Speaking of forever, every title belt has to be defended. So at Essential Business, on April 25th, Perjury Palapa will defend his QAW Men's Championship against the #1 contender we're going to determine here over the next 2 weeks. We're gonna have 2 Fatal 4-Way matches. The winners of those 2 Fatal 4-Ways will face off next week, and whoever wins that match will be the #1 contender to the QAW Men's Championship. Those competing in the Fatal 4-Ways are people who have managed to impress me over the past few weeks. In the first Fatal 4-Way, we'll have the Dapper Head Clapper versus the Big Ticket, Rich Dombowski, versus Max Hulan the Magnificent versus the Mammoth, Garrett Good. And in our main event tonight, we will be having Road Rage, Mike Carr, against the Magnifique Nordique, against Tommy Jr., against my personal associate, Wellington Arms. And the first of those fatal four-ways begins right now.
We are up and running. 8 men, 2 fatal four-ways, 1 ring for the ultimate opportunity at Perjury Palapal.
We're finally starting to get some structure here. These wins have mattered over the past few weeks. These are all people who I guess have, like Diamond David said, impressed him ever since we got started here on Pandemic.
Indeed. Like a Florida couple standing on the beach, they've made quite an impression in the sand.
And they'll soon be underwater, just like Maxilon, I think. And that, well, here he comes right now.
Maxilon the Magnificent making his flamboyant entrance to the ring, shrouded in magical mist.
Again, for a man who mainly seems concerned about getting his ass kicked, he's actually done pretty well here in the ring so far, picking up a win, I believe, when he teamed with, who was it? I don't remember my own job.
That's fine, there's so much action it's hard to keep it straight, but one man who keeps it straight all the time is Maxilon, otherwise his runes would explode.
Straight fire, straight experience boosts. This man is leveled up.
A natural stat boost would be if he were to acquire some brand new hardware, some new equipment if you will, and that would of course be the QAW Heavyweight Championship. Quite an opportunity for a self-described scaredy cat like Maxilon.
He teamed with the Doctor and they took on the greatest and the boss as big as bad boy James Maloney and won that match. I'm good at my job.
You're very good at your job. You're very good at elocution, and we'll see if Maxilon is good at execution tonight. That is, executing a game plan to lead him to victory.
What could his game plan be? For the most part, he's kind of tried to avoid conflict, but, well, he straight up can't avoid it now if he wants to get that pin.
It wouldn't be a far-fetched statement to say that he is the smallest of the 4 competitors in this match, but what he lacks in size, he makes up for in finesse.
Look at that finesse on the ground there. Casting his rituals, casting his spells, casting an air of confidence over this crowd here in San Antone.
The charisma is just dripping off of Maxilon. Under that choosing hat, it has chosen quite the master. Let's see if he masters his 3 opponents tonight. Like the butterflies on his robe, will he flutter his way to victory? Certainly not if the Big Ticket has anything to say about it, or if the Big Trash, if Perjury Palapal has anything to say about it.
The Big Trash Bag. Perjury claiming he's never seen the Big Ticket perform in New Japan, and we do know that Perjury is it's an international talent, so who knows? Somebody might have to do some fact-checking there on the Big Ticket.
We pay only the finest fact-checkers in the QAW locker room, and hell, Perjury Palapal knows 2 things: wrestling and how to properly decorate an Animal Crossing island, and maybe he's looking to drown Rich Ambrosky in doubt.
We will see, and I'll tell you something else that is that thing you said. Dippin' Dots, our sponsor. Make sure you go and pick up some Dippin' Dots here. Approximately 1/10 of a cent goes towards considering maybe some kind of charity, who knows.
Words right from the desk of Diamond David Thomas.
Throwing aside that towel, spitting out that gum. Big Ticket is getting ready.
Ticky, ticky.
Yeah.
That harp could only mean one thing. The dapper head clapper has dappered his way into the arena.
It's feeling classier in here already, Mick. Just listen to that music. That's the kind of music you just want to kick off your shoes, put on some slippers, and light up a fine cigar in your veranda.
Indeed, I can smell the fine oak coming from all of the hardwood furniture and floors that must be in the house of the rich dapper head clapper.
Yes, sir. Everything he owns is made of wood.
Including that suit.
Yes. Really provides some extra protection.
It makes more of all of his strikes more devastating and gives him kind of a natural class armor. I wonder what Maxilon has to say about that.
Well, Maxilon might have to cast some fire spells to get through that armor, but even so, that wooden suit makes his knee claps even more effective.
A critical weakness in the Dapper Head Clapper strategy. Also, shout out to Karen, who still thinks he's dashing.
Oh, Karen, your infatuation with Dapper Head Clapper is well known, but please get his name right. Thank you for being here, though, Karen. We love you. And the biggest member of the generation. He made his debut last week, crushing the Clown, which seems to be... Well, Clown seems to still be in the head of Diamond David Thomas, quite literally, but let's see if maybe Garrett Good can acquit himself here.
Indeed, the Mammoth coming out to music. Wow, look at that pyro.
Look at it. Looks like Christmas.
Who doesn't feel a little jolly when they see a man like the Mammoth coming to the ring? Probably no one. He's very intimidating.
He's like Santa Claus if he was ripped instead of fat and mean instead of nice. So really, he's not Santa Claus at all, but he's here to kick ass either way.
What an OK Cupid.
Yeah. Let's hope he doesn't bumble on his way to victory. Or at least that's what Diamond David must be thinking. Thank you, yes.
He'll be lighting up the Tinder of action tonight.
Your jokes are e-harmony to my ears.
Hinge.
Christian Mingle. And here we go.
Well, it's not farmers only in this matchup. They're about to square off.
These guys have a J-date with Destiny.
And a clothesline brings down the head clapper and a quick knee strike to the big ticket. We are off and running. Big trip from Maxilon followed up by a knee breaker as the Mammoth and Rich Dombrowski take it outside. Oh, quick leg strikes. All four men apparently using the same strategy to take out the wheels of their competitors. Hard to argue with that.
And welcome back to Ethan. Ethan still the only referee that we have here in QAW, and he's doing a great job.
The only referee who's immune to the coronavirus.
It's only a matter of time until we dissect him for his secrets, but until then, he has a much more important job here, and that's calling wrestling matches.
Indeed. We'll be harvesting his blood after this matchup tonight, but he can always grow new ones. Medical science.
Grow new blood, Ethan.
Grow new blood. Down goes the Mammoth. All that force bringing him right down on the outside. Dapper Head Clapper with a huge suplex on the inside to Maxilon.
You'll see sitting at the table ringside is three potential sponsors from Men's Warehouse here to show off their suits and maybe consider lending their vast financial reserves to QAW.
Big heel trip from Maxilon. You're going to like the way you wrestle, I guarantee it. Boston Crab from Maxilon. Head clapper is out, and a big reverse suplex from the Mammoth. What power getting up a man the size of the big ticket.
Again, two of those big boys I love so much. You have to imagine that they're two of the favorites here. Oh, Mammoth going for the pin.
Broken up quickly by Maxilon, who is choking the Dapper Head Clapper. We've never seen that kind of aggression from Maxilon before.
Wow, Maxilon's we're seeing a new side of him here.
He's more scrappy, he's more aggressive, and it's a knee strike right from the Mammoth.
Yikes.
The big ticket's back in, and a huge atomic drop to the Mammoth, and out goes Maxilon.
Maxilon really impressing me here so far, and let's see, oh, geez, the Mammoth just tossing Rich Dombrowski across the ring.
Over 400 ticket stubs is what Rich Dombrowski weighs as he's about to get heaved again by the Mammoth. Giant powerbomb.
I mean, how can you...
Head clapper going to work on Maxilon, bouncing his head off of that steel guardrail. Oh, Rich Dombrowski looking for a pin. Kick out at one.
I mean, geez, this is a smart call from Maxilon and Dapper. Like, if you're going to fight someone, pick somebody, pick a fight with someone your own size, why don't you?
The head clapper feeling the energy of this arena, looking to fuel up even more. The Mammoth raining down blows on the big ticket. Head clapper with a big Russian leg sweep. Another 1 count on the inside. None of these men have done enough damage to walk away with a victory quite yet.
That's going to be going for those surprise pins, trying to sneak it in there.
Nothing flashy about that flash pin as the back elbow digs into the forehead of Rich Dombrowski. Mammoth looking good tonight. There's no clowning around from him. Looks like the clown has gotten into the head of our general manager, but not the Mammoth.
Mammoth's setting up for something here. So he was waiting. Yep. The release suplex.
X-plex from Mammoth. He's looking to make Rich Dombrowski extinct.
Is he? Oh.
Dombrowski out of 2, and down goes Ethan now!
Ethan, I think, has been concussed.
We need that precious blood. Harvest it from his brain, quickly.
Oh, a pile driver there from Dapper.
Pile drive has led him to victory in his last encounter, but we need a referee to count the 3.
What is he? He's just dragging him across the ring there.
Well, even if he can't get the 3 count, he's making sure he looks good. Maxilon breaks it up.
Big, huge setup there to get some leverage, just for Ethan to barely get. Oh my God, Maxilon!
Driver on the head clapper. Mike just using his own medicine against him.
Maxilon must have cast a steel move spell.
And it was effective. A natural 20, dropping the head clapper on his head.
Oh, he went to poke the eye of the Mammoth.
Oh, but the Mammoth isn't playing games. He brought brawn and steel, and he's using both to... Whoa! Get tripped by Maxilon, who is very impressed with himself.
He's very happy about that.
Look at him try to be a wrestling taunter. Big ticket. Oh, with a huge attitude adjustment on Maxilon. Going for another.
What?
2 in a row, and down goes the Wizard.
Very impressive there from Rich.
Huge chop from the big ticket. And a rock bottom.
Rich has certainly watched his fair share of wrestling.
Slamming him all the way back to the Stone Age. Down goes the Mammoth. Now cranking on the head as the Dapper Headclapper torturing poor Maxilon. Stomping all of his digits. He can't cast spells with that without that hand. That's his spell casting hand.
You need those fingers to do all the motions.
Indeed you do. Otherwise everything just comes out sideways and out goes the Headclapper.
Oh, and I think the Mammoth is trying to get he's got Max on the Boston Crab, trying to make him submit here.
All that weight crunching the lower vertebrae of Maxilon. Hang in there, Wizard. Oh my goodness!
Wow.
Looks like he passed that Constitution check and now just raking at the eyes of it. And raking at the back of the Mammoth. Maxilon is feral. Oh no!
What? The most amazing move.
Unbelievable. And an eye poke. Maxilon's playing dirty.
He's going crazy here.
The Mammoth has had enough. Headclapper has Dombrowski on the outside. Maxilon zeroing in on the Mammoth.
Wow.
It's like a predator zeroing in on its prey, but the prey is twice the size of the predator.
The Mammoth's balls have been blown. His eyes been poked. How is he still in this?
His animal instincts must be guiding him forward, but Rich Dombrowski looking to put some pain on Maxilon, who's fighting off the big ticket as well. Maxilon came to win.
He did. He's challenging those big men.
Perhaps that tag team victory imbued him with some added bravery, and it's just kind of carried him through tonight's matchup as Headclapper sends the big ticket in.
Well, remember, you have to get that pinfall in the ring in order to win here.
It's true. While Maxilon keeps working on the Mammoth, looks like Headclapper zeroing in on the big ticket. Oh! 2 knees right to the midsection of the Dapper Headclapper.
Big Ticket's trying to figure out what to do next, but nope, he just tosses Dapper.
Tosses him right by that wooden suit, echoing off the canvas, and a big knee strike from the Headclapper. Down goes Maxilon. Looks like the Mammoth has regained his advantage.
Never lacking for confidence, Dapper Headclapper. He's always got to look good and fight good.
He's fighting especially well. Just very impressive show of force from all 4 men, especially Maxilon, who's still working on the Mammoth.
I think the Mammoth must have underestimated him here.
Inside the ring, though. Oh! Beautiful butterfly backbreaker from the big ticket. Headclapper refreshing himself on the outside. Down goes Maxilon, and oh! Huge capture DDT from Rich Dombrowski.
Mammoth is still feeling the effects of those poked eyes and low-blowed balls. You have to imagine he's barely hanging on here.
Whenever you see an elephant walk bow-legged, you can tell that they're favoring the testicles. And Maximum busted open!
No, he reverses the attitude adjustment.
Fighting it off from the big ticket, he's felt it once already, does not want to feel it again. Mammoth coming to the aid of Maxilon, what is happening?
Maybe he's been charmed. Oh, and a big release suplex on Ridge Dobowski there.
Oh, but a huge ball shot to the head clapper, who's down again. Mammoth turning his attention to... Oh! Huge Mammoth breaker to the arm.
That's a smart move. Neutralize the arm so he can't be casting those spells.
Oh, and a huge curb stomp to the dapper head clapper. The wizard's been neutralized. The most fashionable man is down.
The Mammoth is the only man standing.
Just working on the legs there of the head clapper. It's allowed the big ticket to regain consciousness. We're zeroing in on Maxilon. Another eye poke.
See how he waved his hands before he did it? It must be some kind of blinding spell.
Illumination. Oh! And another capture. Nope. Maxilon has a counter for every big move that the big ticket's going for now.
Maxilon is on fire this match.
The Mammoth countering that low blow from the head clapper. He's learned from Maxilon. Maxilon going for another eye poke, but first some chops. Serving him up to the Mammoth.
Oh, he's starting to take his... Oh, Dapper does a low blow to Maxilon.
What a filthy encounter we're seeing it. The head clapper admiring his work there now. A giant swing.
Look at him swing. Look at how good this looks.
Runes, wands, familiars flying out of the pockets of the wizard.
I think I caught some gold coins.
Oh, that's good at your local inn. And now a figure four to the wizard. If they don't break it up... Oh! Maxilon could give up, but no. Mammoth is caught. Attitude adjustment.
Is he going to go for another? Yep, he's picking him up for a second one. That's 4 A's.
And you know what that spells. Wow, victory.
Very proud of himself there.
He is indeed, but Maxilon could be... No! Almost using a small package all the way to victory. The irony against an opponent like the big ticket. 2 shoulder blocks to Maxilon.
Oh, Dapper stealing the pin here.
The Dapper head clapper.
Wow, very smart move there. Dapper just sneaking that pin.
Rich Dombrowski, a house of fire, keeping the wizard neutralized, but Dapper head clapper taking advantage of an opportunity, and he is our winner.
That's a great example of how you can fight smart. Dapper, he stayed out of the main fight there. He was preserving his energy, and when the time was right, swooping in to nail that pin.
Oh, and he was nailed through this matchup. Every man took a huge amount of punishment, but the head clapper using his brains instead of brawn to get him all the way to the winner's circle.
Maxilon made a critical mistake, focusing on the balls. You gotta wrap that leg for a pin too.
You gotta wrap it up to protect those balls, and the Dapper head clapper on his way to next week's #1 contender matchup, facing the other winner of tonight's Fatal 4-Way.
Stick around, folks. We have a whole lot of show coming at you.
Dippin' Dots!